Hey, it's Aaron the Ho from Mobile Reviews, and I am wondering if anybody needs a kidney, because I need to sell mine for a couple $1,000s in order for me to buy an iPhone 6 and an iPhone 6 Plus. But seriously, Apple, come on. The 6 Plus? Next year we're going to have the 6S Plus? That naming convention, I don't think Steve Jobs would like it. I'm going to talk about a few of the features that are going to impact me the most, but before we actually do that, I am going to try to predict the future a little bit here. First thing that's going to happen is all the Android fans are going to go into the internet and go, oh my god, Apple isn't innovating, oh my god, Apple is doomed, oh my god, Apple isn't doing anything right, they're just copying Android. Which is basically how the world operates, which I'm kind of okay with. I like Apple, sue me. Second thing that's going to happen is Apple's stock price is actually going to tank because all the analysts who don't actually know anything about tech are going to start saying, why wasn't a 6.9 inch or a 7.4 inch phone? The lack of a bigger screen is going to destroy Apple's market share, and they've been saying this for years, and guess what? They're still here. The 6 Plus. So between now and September 19th, which is when the iPhone 6 and the 6 Plus are being released, the news outlets are going to start covering people sleeping in front of Apple stores, hoping to get one right away. Now this creates something crazy in our heads because we're like, we got to go get an iPhone 6, but there's a really, really good chance, and this is what I'm going to do, is I'm just going to walk into the store the next day and just buy one. And the best part about all of this is that it's going to repeat itself in about a year when they come out with the 6S and the 6S Plus, or the 6 Plus S, or the 6 Plus. I think I like that one, the 6 Plus. All right, so what are some of the biggest things? Well, first thing I'll talk about is the screen size. There's two sizes now. There is a 4.7 inch and then there's a 5.5 inch. Also note that Apple didn't call it a phablet. I don't think they would appreciate us calling the iPhone 6 Plus a phablet, but that's kind of what it is. They released a new kind of screen. It's the Retina HD screen. The pixel density apparently is very, very high. On the 4.7 inch iPhone 6, you've got a screen size of 1334 by 750 pixels. On the iPhone 6 Plus, you're actually playing stuff in full HD, which is 1920 by 1080, which is pretty phenomenal, but there are Android phones out there that are already doing that, so it's really nothing new. Contrary to a lot of our rumors, the iPhone 6 or the 6 Plus doesn't actually come with sapphire glass. It comes with ion strengthened glass. The iPhone 6 and the 6 Plus are actually thinner than the 5, which is not surprising, kind of surprising. The phones are bigger. You can fit a lot more components in a wider area, but they are thinner. When it comes to storage options, well, nothing has really changed. There's a 16 gigabyte model, goes all the way up to 128, and there's a 64 gigabyte model in the middle. Why can't they have just given us a 32 gigabyte model? I really don't know what to do with just 16 gigabytes, and I really don't want to pay more money for the 64 gigabytes. That just means I have to shuffle stuff off my iPhone constantly, but that's what I've been doing, so I guess we have to suffer through it. Now, they also did announce the A8 processor. Again, this isn't anything new. They kind of do this with almost every single new iPhone release, and it's really not going to impact my life, but I just kind of have to make fun of Apple for this, is that it's 84 times faster than the original iPhone. Why would you even make that comparison? That comparison was almost irrelevant. Actually, who is still using the original iPhone? I want one because, well, I'm nostalgic in that manner, but seriously, it's 84 times faster. It's like saying that my Mazda 3 is faster than the Model T by X amount, maybe 2. Phil Schiller did say that the A8 processor was a lot more efficient, 50% to be exact, or according to him, which means that the battery life is actually better on these bigger sized phones, which is pretty crazy. By how much? Well, I couldn't take a screenshot of it, so from what I can remember, it's between 20 and 60% better in terms of what you're doing with the iPhone. I got 3 more things to talk about. The first thing is actually going to be the camera, and the first thing that I have to say about the camera is what the F is with that raised camera lens? Does this mean that I won't be able to put my new iPhone on a table without having fear of getting my lens scratched on my camera? That just seems mind-blowing. Now, one of the things that was kind of disappointing, I was actually really hoping they were going to increase the megapixels on the camera, but it's still an 8 megapixel iSight camera. There's a whole slew of other improvements behind it. One of the neat things is a faster autofocus, which is similar to a SLR autofocus apparently, which is what I'm filming with now. There is cinematic video stabilization, which is a new feature. And they have this video of a guy riding a bike, and they're saying that the guy who's videotaping the guy riding the bike is actually a guy riding a bike also with the iPhone 6. Now we can't say that they did the same thing as Nokia, which was kind of fake their image stabilization. The thing that I am actually most interested in is the super slow-mo. We were able to capture at 240 frames per second. I'm hoping that is at least at 720p. If not, then that's kind of crappy. But still, super slow-mo. That means all the drop test videos that we do for our cases is going to be captured in super slow-mo. In terms of sensors, there are a couple of new sensors. There's a barometric sensor, which is able to sense, height and stuff, which is pretty cool. Great for fitness apps. There's this new thing called Wi-Fi calling, and that entire premise, and it's going to be pretty useful. I work in a concrete buildings, so sometimes cell reception isn't great, but there's always Wi-Fi. This new feature is going to allow me to make a phone call with Wi-Fi, but I still need a cell connection to do so. I initially thought this was going to be a way for Apple to stick it to the cell carriers, but it's not, because they have to work with the cell carriers to provide this service. Last thing I'm going to talk about is the price is $199 to $399 for the iPhone 6 on a 2-year contract, $299 to $499 for the iPhone 6 Plus for a 2-year contract. How much are they unlocked? They didn't quite say yet, but we'll find out in the next few days. So that's all I got for everything that kind of matters to me for the iPhone 6 and the 6 Plus. I'm going to go get it. I have to. I run a iOS products review channel, so I kind of, again, does anybody need a kidney? I'm willing to part ways with a kidney. I think I only need one. Thanks for watching. Pretty awesome. I sit in this common office and like I've got a video camera, I've got a light shining in my face, I'm making movements to the camera and people are making noise, like grinding coffee.